Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Twerton Park for this New Year's Day National League South fixture between Bath City and Chippenham Town. The first game of the calendar year and an opportunity for our local rivals to gain revenge for their Boxing Day defeat. It'll be interesting to see how our visitors play this one. Many thought they started too cautiously against City, and yet that has been the basis for their success this season. They've only lost 2 matches away from Harden Hewish, and both of those against playoff contenders, Torquay United and Worthing. For City, they will want to show their worth in what may well be a bumper crowd for a Boxing Day fixture, previous highest for this match being 2,261 in the 21-22 season. The key to achieving that goal will lie with our strikers. Scott Wilson, who scored his second in 2 on Boxing Day. Cody Cook added to his total from the penalty spot. And when you include Jordan Thomas, City's 3 leading marksmen has 30 goals to their credit this season in the league. Contrast that with Chippenham, where their leading trio of 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗦, Fasamade and Bradbury have only reached a combined total of 20 between them. Whatever happens today, it yet again points to a hard-fought battle and another fascinating fixture. My name's Andrew 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗧𝗦, and alongside me I have our twin commentary team of Toby Wellington and Alex Lane-Kilticker. As we get ready to get underway, Alex, take us into the match.
Yes, here we go. We're about to get underway here at Twerton Park, National League South, A4 Derby, Part 2 of a 23-24 season. New Year's Day football here, the first game of 2024 between Bath City and Chippenham Town. And we're false start, apparently, according to referee. Did blow his whistle. But now we are underway officially here at Twerton Park. It's sent down long by Spokes to the left-hand side. Reigns can just watch it go out as Freddie Grant tries to chase onto it. And now Thomas will step up to try and take the ball away from Nat Williams. Now to Ed Williams. Goes forward to Grant, left-hand side. Has Reigns on him. Good 1-2 with Evans. It's with Grant near the byline. Can send a cross in towards the box. Pass out does want to get it away. But now could be an opportunity for Chippenham to take it into the back of the net. But it's offside against 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗏. Marty Holloway. As well to find Bray. Halfway inside the City half now. Brings it inside slightly. To find Owen Evans. We didn't see too much of Owen Evans in the second half on Boxing Day when he was brought on. And Spokes does really well to keep it away from Thomas. And good football by Chippenham, passing it really well above the edge of the box. Long range from shot from Ed Williams. Drops it and then lays it off at Owen Evans. Now 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏 can't quite bring it down. It's Owen Evans, in fact, he couldn't quite bring it down. 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏 that made the pass. And Wilson can bring it down now. And 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏 completely brings him down bad. It's going to be an advantage played. And another strong challenge on Hayfield there. And he goes down like he's just been shot there, Hayfield. And it will be a booking from 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏, the captain, who twice then just brought down Wilson, dragged him back. And well, I'm not quite sure what he did to Hayfield, but Hayfield went down very dramatically. Yeah, I mean, the fear obviously was that Wilson was going to be past him if he hadn't brought him down and flicked that sideways. Greenslade whipped in, free kick deep up towards Dyer, pass out also trying to go for it. Headed away that time by Grant. When you're going up against a player like Will Henry, you definitely want to get those opportunities in early. Make the keeper work. Freer, really great ball down to Freer, in fact, by the byline now. Sends a cross in low towards Wilson. He does take a touch, does really well to take it past the defender. Ellison that time, and appeals for penalty, but the ball was definitely going to go nowhere near anywhere other than outside of the boundaries. Referee says no. Wilson pleading his case, but it will definitely be just a goal kick. There's a ball down long to Grant, does really well to bring it inside for Evans. Try and send a cross in, back onto his right foot now. Has to take about 10 yards back though, now goes over to Spokes. Yeah, I think Scott Wilson's about to go down again in the centre circle. Whips over to right-hand side. Now it's inside the box with 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏. Try and get onto his right foot, does really well to skip past one defender. Takes a shot, it's off the post, I think. Another cross comes in, potential handball there. Referee says no though. Bray does well try and fight back for it, and Greenslade puts it out for a corner. So a lot happened in just a few seconds there, but it will be a corner for Chippenham. Yeah, for a moment that did look like a handball. I mean, obviously the Chippenham bench appealed for it, but quite a distance away from us. Not easy to judge from here. Right, here comes the corner now. It's a deep one up towards a penalty spot. It's headed on by Grant. May find 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏, who is brought down in the box. Referee says no penalty though, and it should be a goal kick for City, and it will be. Chippenham fans not happy with that decision, but from my angle, it just looked like the player used his body and went down himself personally. Yeah, I agree with you there. Thomas will try and keep that in, does so. Now might get the opportunity to see Thomas on the ball. Goes past. He's got the two Williams on him, in fact, as he comes inside the box, tries to lay it off. It could fall for Russ, who was just going to take a shot from about 35, 40 yards out there. And the ball, every time, it's just bobbling up every time as a sideways pass. As 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛 sends a long one into the box now. Cook does really well to head it on. Annoyingly, had Cook had left that, it may have just found Thomas's path. But now Ed Williams will try and hold it off from Thomas. He tries to flick it over inside his own box. Thomas does really well to bring it under control on the right-hand side of the box. Can send a cross in. Does so. It's too deep and it goes straight into the hands of Henry and the green side inside to Hayfield. Charge burst of pace actually from Hayfield just to bring the ball forward. No one putting pressure on. Goes up to Freer now. Can send one of his lovely crosses in. He does so up towards Thomas, who almost wins the header. Back out to Thomas. Takes a shot. Deflects off of Chippenham player. And now we're going to swap over as the corner is about to be taken.
Yeah, that'll be the first corner for City. And good movement there and a great run by Hayfield, releasing that ball to Freer.
Played the ball forward into Ed Williams. Now Evans, Bray, Spokes, 25 yards from goal, could have had a shot, decides to come out to Grant in left back instead. It's Grant, whips one in that's hit the hands of Rains. Referee's not given anything, it was outside the box anyway. But nothing given, and instead it's going to be a throw-in for Chippenham, but that was definitely a handball.
Yeah, I think Freddie Grant feels that unnatural position and should have been a free kick at the very least.
At the second attempt is able to find the feet of Russ, and it's a really good splitting pass from Russ into Thomas, and Thomas now out to the left hand side. Here's Wilson, he's going to run at Amadi Holloway for the first time now. He tries to clip one into the middle of the box and it's well controlled by Cook. 25 yards from goal, plays out to the right hand side. Here's Rains, up the line to Hayfield's got room to cross. Hayfield takes a touch, sets it back to Rains, crosses right footed to the near post and Williams heads away. That's a handball again, referee's not given, it was point blank range, but it's not been given. The referee allowing play on. Hayfield crosses from the right again in low towards Cook. It's deflected off the defender Ellison and it's into the hands of Henry, but City looking dangerous there as they entered the box a couple of times. But it's going to be a Chippenham corner. It's going to be right footed from the far side. And it's delivered into the City area now as Amadi Holloway goes up. Greenslade was underneath it. Freer going to help it out. It's struck by Evans on the edge of the box and it's gone about 20 yards over the bar into the City of Bath. But it's another opportunity for Chippenham. Evans able to keep it in play but just give it away to City, and now Scott Wilson has it, and Wilson is able to take an excellent touch and play it into Freer, who's got Cook ahead of him. Freer, 25 from goal, is Thomas, hits it left footed but he's fallen as he's hit it and it's gone straight out for a goal kick with no danger to the Bluebirds' goal. Greenslade takes a touch on his head but now with his feet into Russ in the middle of the pitch. He's being closed down by Owen Evans, McClure that was, who is on a yellow card. Referee plays an advantage. Rains delivers right-footed in towards the back post. It's above Wilson. Amadi Holloway heads away. Here's Russ. Sets it to Greenslade. 35 yards from goal. Hits one left-footed. That's a really good block by McClure. It's played back in. Cook is there, and the referee is given a foul against Cody Cook for his challenge on Luke Spokes. It's now with Cook approaching the centre circle. He's now entered the centre circle, going towards the left-hand side. A minute added on to this second half, and now Freer has it on the left. Greenslade running ahead of him. Greenslade slipped in by Freer, sliding, able to get a cross in. It's deflected out for a corner, and City on the counter-attack have now got a corner to attack with right at the end of the half. Freer looks to take this one left-footed, lifts his left arm from the top-hand side. It's going to come in. Left-footed by Freer. It's Amadi Holloway who gets the first contact. It's come to Cook on the edge of the right-hand side of the box. He sets it to Russ, who's hit a cross that bobbled as he hit it. It's gone up high, and it's on target from 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗛, I think, and it was into the hands of Will Henry. It might have been Jordan Dyer, actually. I'm not sure. There's a few players running away from the scene of the crime. But Will Henry has it in his hands now, and that was a chance for City, and actually that's the end of the half, Andrew. Well, I'd love to say that was an entertaining half, but it was a game of football.
Yeah, that last bit there, I mean, the ball coming, I think it was to Dyer with the header, but not really able to get any power on it, and very close to Will Henry in the Chippenham goal, so all he could really do was just nod it into the keeper's hands. And yeah, first half, that's, I think the best you could describe it as is cagey, isn't it?
Yeah, fighting against the slight gust of wind and the rain.
And a slightly gloomy corner.
Very much, very gloomy. We've mentioned that many a time, but now as Rains is over top, forward towards Dyer. Now it's with Russ inside the box, takes a shot, he can only get his foot underneath the ball, and it goes yards over, more like a field goal than anything. Here comes Freer, onto the header, almost dive there, great header away. May fall towards Thomas, who does bring it down, hits the back of his head, and Ed Williams does really well to keep the ball for Chippenham, and then Greenslade can just watch it Go all the way back to the keeper, 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗧. All the pressure is on from Grant to, well, 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗧 puts Grant on his backside there. Tries to send it down the left flank, can't quite do so, Van Parcel. Probably not quite what he meant to do, but he finds Freer anyway. Dispossessed way too easily though by Owen Evans. Brings it inside for 𝗛𝗚𝗚 to run onto now. Rush trying to put pressure on, can't quite do so though. Now with Ed Williams out to the left-hand side. With Evans, inside to Spokes, has lots of space ahead of him. He may just unleash a shot from about 40 yards away. And 𝗛𝗚𝗚 does really well just to watch it. It looked like it was just swerving about in the air. You could tell by the way 𝗛𝗚𝗚 had to go on his tiptoes for a minute. And he uses one palm to put it up into the air and then collects it in. Does well there, 𝗛𝗚𝗚, but good shot from Spokes. Yeah, it feels like 𝗛𝗚𝗚 seems to play like a winger rather than a striker, bizarrely. That pace and skill that he has within him. Now Thomas can break away down that right-hand side, cuts it inside to keep it away from Spokes. Now on to Cook, great first touch, great second touch, almost just wide of the post. Great save from Henry. Cook, absolutely brilliant there from a striker. Not much more he could have done, but Will Henry with a fantastic save down low to his right, puts it out for a corner. Great opportunity at both ends.
And a good move by City. Thomas picking up that ball, running forward, inch-perfect pass to Cook. And Cook's shot then going behind off the keeper for City's second corner of the half. It's going to be Ewan Clark that's coming on, and Elliot Freer going off. I think a substitution we anticipated, but perhaps not quite as early as this.
No.
Still half an hour to go.
As opposed to alongside him, and a bit of miscontrol there from Nat Williams. And I'm not quite sure what Williams was doing there, as Thomas has been able to dispossess him really easily. Inside box now, should have laid it off for Russ though, who was oncoming at the edge of the box. Now Reigns can send a low cross in towards Clark. He gets the shot wrong though. Just mistimes it. Goes back out to Reigns. Inside to Russ. Has Clark ahead of him. Now goes to Thomas. Bring it back onto his left foot. Has Reigns next to him. Now goes to Russ. To Clark. Both wingers on that right-hand side at the moment. And Clark coming inside box. Six a shot, but left foot. Oh, Wilson over the bar with the header. Initially, I thought Clark's attempt was going straight into the back of the net, the way Henry dived. And Wilson, well, he's stuck in the net currently, had to really leap up for that one.
I'm not sure, did Wilson take that ball away from going in the goal, or is that just the angle we're looking at it from here?
I mean, from my angle, and the way that Henry dived for it, it looked like it was going to go straight into the bottom corner, but Wilson may have thought otherwise. And it's going to be Russ, I think, who is not looking overly comfortable, actually, walking off there. So Luke Russ coming off. Tom Smith coming on. Goes back to Parcel. Now into left-hand side for Greenside. May have to go backwards. Instead, squares it off for Clark, who's looked very lively since coming on in the second half. Plays a ball forward to Wilson, who may just unleash a shot. He gets it completely wrong, scuffs the shot. And then Henry's able to collect that up. Because Cook definitely seems to be playing him at number 10 type role at the moment. Playing a much more deeper position than he was in the first half. Great ball forward on towards Owen Evans, but it was saved anyway by by 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛, but he's gone into the book. It was offside, but he decided to take the shot anyway. There was caution on Boxing Day as well.
And I think he knew what he was doing there.
I think so as well. Reigns over the top ball in towards Wilson, who should be able to collect that at the byline. Sends a low cross in. Unfortunately, Cook was at the back post, not the near post. Now Thomas can collect on the right-hand side. City definitely looking much more dangerous out the two sides in the moment. Greenslade. Looked like he was going to ping it out to the right-hand side for Thomas. Instead it goes to Smith. Now Reigns. Now Clark. Lovely 1-2 with Clark to find Reigns again. And a solid challenge from Grant to put it out for a throw-in. In line with the edge of the Chippenham box. Clark may just decide to charge into a box. He is going to do so. He's going to unleash a shot with the left foot. Good save again by Will Henry. Very similar to the shot by Spokes. And Clark not afraid to use that left foot. Great opportunity, but will be a corner for City.
Yeah, good power behind that, Clark, and Will Henry could only parry that behind for a corner.
Imagine this would be aiming for Parcel, though. Maybe a bit more cautious this time. In comes the corner. It's a really good-looking corner. It's been headed on by a Chippenham player inside the box still. And Hayfield is able to put it backwards for Greenside. Smith. Hayfield has lots of space if we want to get to the left-hand side. Instead goes to Clark, who's playing very deep all of a sudden. And he almost loses possession there. Greenslade goes out to the left for Hayfield. Has to go back to Greenslade. There's no left wing at the moment. It's Clark playing in the Luke Russ role at the moment, in fact. Now out to Reigns on my right-hand side. We send a cross in now. It's an early one. Up towards Wilson. He's able to bring it down to the edge of the box. Trying to unleash a shot, but couldn't quite do so though. Hayfield somehow gets it over to Greenslade. It was a miscontrolled pass, but it worked anyway. Greenslade with a great looking cross in, and it will be a corner for City once again, which Thomas will take. Here comes the corner from Thomas. In towards the box, it's Hayfield, it goes just wide. It's Parcell even. Looked like Hayfield initially, but it's Parcell puts it just wide. And a good chance now is it's going to be a goal kick for Chippenham for us to swap over to Toby Wellington.
Yeah, that ball coming in and just a little nudge on Parcell, enough to put him off. His header going well wide of the goal.
It is Dyer. Dyer now out to the right-hand side and Rains on the halfway line. He's got Smith for company. Smith gets it, plays it into the feet of Thomas. Thomas 1v1 against Grant now. For the first time, really, Thomas has had an opportunity to run, and he slipped it down the right-hand side to Smith. Smith into the box. Excellent hand from Will Henry, and he's cleared away now by Ed Williams. Ed Williams going to charge away. He's on his own. He's got no support up the pitch, and he's done brilliantly to win a throw-in. Now into the feet of Ewan Clark, who continues to drift into central positions at the moment. He brings it over the halfway line, finds the feet of Thomas. Thomas versus Grant, 1v1 again, although help is coming in the shape of spokes to slow Thomas down. Here's Clark. The two lively wingers on one side. Smith now oversteps the ball, does well to retain possession against a couple of players. Thomas on the right-hand side. Can get a cross in if he wants to. Clark still on the right-hand side here for City, just outside the penalty area. Takes deflection off Grant's back foot, and it's going to go for a Bath City corner. Well, he's been absolutely superb, and he's earned a corner here, which is taken and whipped into the near post, headed away brilliantly by Ellison, who, although some of his passes have gone awry today, it's been fantastic defending from the 18-year-old.
Just coming back to that attendance of just short of 2,500, you know, you only have to go back to 2019-20 Boxing Day, City getting 1,300 then, and you thought that was a cracking attendance.
And it's absolutely incredible to see the development of the club alongside the City and the support for the team. As Mayhew crosses the halfway line, Chippenham have a little bit of an opportunity to counter-attack here. Mayhew, good ball out to Williams on the right-hand side. He's got Jones overlapping. He's found him inside the box. Jones looks across the box. Buse gets a touch on it, and it's cleared away by Rains inside the 6-yard box. That was a great opportunity for Chippenham. And as it came out, Freddie Grant tried to take a touch, gave it away to Hayfield, but he's given it straight back to Chippenham, who are starting to up the tempo here. Is Johnson on the left-hand side. He's gone round Rains. Johnson delivers left-footed. Oh, it's a good touch. McClure heads back across the box. Mayhew goes in. It looks like a collision with Parcell, but Parcell's got rid of it. And now it's out on the right-hand side with Thomas. As City look to come the other way, all of a sudden this game's picked up in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much reminiscent of the Boxing Day game where Chippenham suddenly woke up in those closing stages and really pressed the City back line.
As Amadi Holloway looks to play a ball forward. Oh, it's missed by Greenslade for the first time today. He's made a mistake, and it's come to Jones. Into the final third come Chippenham. Jones approaching the edge of the penalty area here, looking for options. He's found found Williams. It's struck, and it's... I can't see the ball, is how high that's just gone from Evans. It went so high we couldn't see it over the roof of the stand.
City making their final substitution.
Yeah, it's going to be Oscar Thorne on loan from Colchester, making what will be his final appearance, or likely his final appearance, and he's replacing Jordan Thomas, who you mentioned beforehand was kept very quiet on Boxing Day, and it's happened again today. Jordan Thomas very quiet, unfortunately. City will be hoping can make an impact. He hasn't had an opportunity really to do so in his loan spell so far, as the ball's delivered by Ewan Clark. It's headed downwards by Evans rather than away, and the referee is down, I believe.
No, I didn't see him go down.
I saw someone go down, then noticed that he's wearing all black, and the referee is on the deck on the edge of the box, and play had to be stopped by the players almost realising themselves and catching the ball, because no one was able to blow the whistle for a moment.
I don't think it's more than a slip by him. His assistant coming over from this near touchline, Martin Underhay, and that free kick by Clark didn't get past the first man, but the ball was back with Clark, but then we were distracted by the referee lying on the ground.
Rains wants Thorne to come outside. Thorne went in, and City have their attack slowed down because Chippenham have done well to get back into shape very quickly, as Johnson goes and pressures Rains. It looked like a foul on one of the two. Oh, and then Johnson angrily has gone in for a very poor challenge on Hayfield as a result, and he's now been booked and is the third player to get booked for Chippenham in this game. That was a poor challenge. And Johnson has acres of space to run into. Tyreek Johnson has got Oscar Thorne, who's made a brilliant recovery run to close him down and won the ball brilliantly. That's excellent. And now they've got an opportunity, City, to come the other way. Thorne into Wilson. Wilson's got Thorne with him at the near post, and it's an awful cross from Scott Wilson. Bobble or not, that was the wrong decision. He had Thorne at the near post. Cook was hanging at the penalty spot, and he's overhit it all the way out to the other side. Here's Johnson trying to make up for the wasted opportunity a moment ago. The left winger for Chippenham has played the ball in towards 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗏. It's headed away to the edge of the box. Here's Ed Williams, takes a couple of touches. Williams left-footed. It's just over the bar. It might have kissed the top of the bar on the way over, and that's the best chance Chippenham have had for the, I'd say 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, good run by Johnson down that left-hand side, ball into the box, and City defence didn't clear it, and the shot just curving over the crossbar there.
And there is the final whistle. Well, there you go.
Yep, 0-0 here at 𝗛𝗏𝗏 Park this afternoon. You get the feeling, though, over these two games, Jerry Gill going to be the happier of the two managers. He's taken 4 points out of a possible 6 from these two games, and 7 from a possible 9 over the last 3 if you chuck that Welling score into the mix. Toby, I mean, we were talking about this being something of a stalemate. Why do you think that was this afternoon?
Yeah, I just don't think either team in the first half especially really wanted to lose this game, wanted to go behind, because they know that the other team can defend so effectively. And then in the second half, like you mentioned a couple of times, the pitch just didn't really allow for anyone to add any quality to this, because you had those moments where both City and Chippenham pushed forward. Scott Wilson on the right-hand side being the best example of that right at the end. You go to put a ball forward and it hits a bobble and it's going absolutely miles, or it's going nowhere near the goal or the person that you want. I just think everything worked against both City and Chippenham today, but it was a very entertaining tactical game nonetheless.
And there was an interesting contrast to styles, wasn't there? I think Chippenham do some lovely passing. They move the ball at pace, they know exactly where players are, they move it from one to the other. But the end product, I mean, the end product is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, when they got in good positions, we saw them firing over. City, I think, probably not quite as composed as usual, but actually they look far more threatening in front of goal.
Yeah, you felt like City, every time they came forward, were the more threatening of the two sides, but Chippenham got into better areas. The quality that Chippenham do have in certain areas is very, very high. You know, defensively they look really solid again today. I thought that up front they just didn't offer enough, like you said, end product.
Well, thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. The scoreline, as we said, goalless here at 𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏 Park. Something of a stalemate between these two sides. But Jerry Gill will go home happy, I suspect, having got 4 points out of the 6 and having not lost to local rivals Chippenham. We'd like to wish you all a happy new year, but from myself, Andrew Kerslake, from Toby Wellington and from Alex Lane Kilticker, it's goodbye for this afternoon.